Hello everyone, and a massive welcome back to the Learn Speak English podcast. I'm Thomas.
And hey everybody, I'm Ryan. We are so happy to have you here spending part of your day with us.
Ryan, before we start today, I have a quick question for you. And be honest, does it feel like this year went fast? Or very fast?
Oh man, very fast. Honestly, I still feel like it was January last week. I'm still writing the wrong year on my documents.
Same here. It's a common feeling. But you know, Ryan, when the year is almost over, or when a new year begins, something very interesting happens in social situations.
I know exactly what you mean. The reflective questions.
Exactly. You go to a party, or a dinner, or maybe just a coffee with a colleague, and people start asking the big questions.
Questions like, so how was your year? Or, what have you been up to this year? And suddenly, silence. Your brain freezes.
It's a terrible feeling, isn't it? Especially if English isn't your first language. It's the small talk trap. You want to sound interesting. You want to connect with the person. But the grammar gets in the way.
Right, because you aren't just thinking about the memories. You are panicking about the verbs. You're thinking, wait, do I use past simple? Present perfect? Did I go or have I gone?
And while you are fighting with the grammar inside your head, the other person is looking at you, waiting, and the awkward silence grows.
And then you just say, it was good, and the conversation dies.
We don't want that for you. We want you to be the person who tells great stories. We want you to feel confident. We want you to connect.
Exactly. This episode isn't just about grammar rules. It's about social survival. It's about building friendships through your stories.
So, today we have a special episode. We are going to look at a real story from Ryan's life this year. But we are going to go deeper than usual.
We're going to give you the keys to the castle. We'll break down the grammar. Sure, but we will also act out some examples, good ones and bad ones, so you can hear the difference.
And stick around until the end, because we have a specific formula that you can use at any party to sound like a native speaker instantly.
Ready to do this? Let's jump in.
So, Ryan, let's start with the reality. Why is this so hard?
I think it's because we try to be perfect. We are scared of making a mistake. So we say nothing.
That's a big pain point for our listeners. I've had students tell me they avoid parties just because they are afraid of this specific topic.
That is sad, but I get it. Listeners, if you have ever felt that brain freeze when someone asks about your past, I want you to do something right now. Pause this audio for a second and leave a comment. Just type yes or put an emoji with frozen face in the comments.
Yes, do that now. It helps us know we aren't alone in this feeling.
Okay, thanks for that. Now let's fix it. Thomas, I'm going to tell you about my year, but I want to do it naturally, just like we are friends at a coffee shop.
Perfect. And listeners, while Ryan speaks, don't analyze the grammar yet. Just listen to the flow. Listen to the emotion.
Okay, so looking back, I can honestly say that 2025 was a real roller coaster for me. At the beginning of the year, everything felt normal. Work was normal. Life was normal. Nothing very exciting. But then, March arrived. And in March, I made a decision that completely changed my year. I decided to take a big risk. I quit my old job.
Wow.
Now, let me be honest for a second. It was terrifying. I remember sitting at my desk thinking, is this a good idea? And also thinking, well, it's too late now. I quit because I wanted to focus on coaching full time. I wanted more freedom, but also more responsibility. So yes, it was scary, but at the same time, it felt right.
That is a huge step. But I know that wasn't the only big thing.
No. Then, a few months later, something amazing happened. Last summer, I traveled to Japan for the first time. And wow, Japan did not disappoint. I visited Tokyo first. Everything was big, bright, and fast. Then I went to Kyoto, which was calm, beautiful, and very peaceful. I ate sushi every single day. Breakfast sushi, lunch sushi, dinner sushi.
Only sushi?
Pretty much. At one point, I thought, am I becoming a tuna? I also climbed a small mountain near Mount Fuji. Small mountain, very tired legs. But it was worth it.
And how do you feel now?
Well, since that trip, something has changed. I've felt more energetic, more motivated, and honestly more curious. I haven't traveled anywhere else recently. My bank account said no. But I have started learning Japanese. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Am I good at it? Also no, but I really enjoy it. So, in short, I changed my job, I traveled to my dream country, and I started a new hobby. For me, 2025 was a year of big changes.
That was a great story, Ryan. Really vivid. And I think many listeners can relate to that desire for change.
Probably yes. Big decisions, new experiences, new beginnings.
Now, let's slow down and put on our detective hats. Let's look at the English. Ryan, you didn't choose past simple and present perfect randomly.
Nope. Each one had a specific job. Think of them as tools in a toolbox.
Let's start with the past simple. When did you use it?
I used the past simple when I talked about finished moments in time. The door is closed. The time is gone.
Let's look at the examples from your story. You said, in March, I decided to quit my job. March is finished. It's over. So, past simple. You also said, last summer, I traveled to Japan. Summer is finished. Past simple. So, here's a simple rule for our listeners to remember. If you mention a specific time in the past, such as yesterday, last year, in 2025, or 2 months ago, you must use the past simple tense.
Think of the past simple as a photograph. It's a snapshot of a moment that is finished.
But then, Ryan, the vibe of your story changed. You switched tenses. You said, since that trip, I have felt more energetic. You used the present perfect. I have felt. Why?
Because the feeling started in the past after the trip, but it isn't finished. It continues now. I still feel energetic today.
It's a bridge.
Exactly. That is the best way to visualize it. The present perfect is a bridge connecting the past to the present.
You also said, I have started learning Japanese.
Yes, I started in the past, but I am still learning now. The action is alive.
So, think of verb tenses as ways of showing time. The past simple is like a photograph. It captures a moment in the past that is finished and complete. You can see it clearly, and it doesn't move anymore. That's why we use it with finished time expressions like yesterday, last year, or in 2020. For example, I visited Paris last year. The present perfect, however, is like a bridge from the past to now. Something started before, but it still connects to the present moment. We don't say exactly when it happened because what matters is the result today. Like I have visited Paris or I have felt more energetic since that trip. The past is still influencing the present.
Remember, past simple equals a snapshot finished. Present perfect equals the bridge connected to now. Okay, Thomas, explanations are great, but people learn by seeing examples.
Agreed. We are going to do a little role play. We are going to act out a conversation at a holiday party.
First, we will do the bad version. This is what happens when you don't use good grammar, and you don't feel comfortable in the conversation because of a lack of tools. Listeners, listen closely. Tell us how this makes you feel.
Hey Ryan, long time no see. How was your year?
It was good.
Oh nice. Did you do anything special?
Yes, I went to Japan.
Wow, Japan. That's amazing. Did you like it?
Yes, it was nice.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get a drink. See you later.
Ouch, that was painful.
It was terrible. I felt like you didn't want to talk to me.
But that is what happens to so many students. They give short answers because they are afraid of making mistakes. They kill the conversation. Now, let's do the good version. I'll use the hook technique to give the conversation some emotion, and we'll use the grammar we just talked about.
Hey Ryan, long time no see you. How was your year?
Thomas, it's great to see you. Honestly, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, but in a good way.
Really? Why a roller coaster?
Well, the biggest highlight was definitely last summer. I finally traveled to Japan. I want to go there for years, and I finally did it.
That is incredible. How was it?
It was life-changing. Since I came back, I've actually started learning Japanese. I'm terrible at it, but it keeps me busy. How about you? How has your year been?
Boom. What a difference.
Huge difference.
Let's break down why that worked. You used words like roller coaster, highlight, and life-changing, which immediately show emotion. That's the hook. When you say, it's been a roller coaster, it makes me curious. I automatically want to ask, why? And grammatically, you mix tenses in a smart way. You used the past simple, like I traveled, to talk about the trip itself, and the present perfect, like I've wanted and I've started, to show how that experience is still affecting you now.
And notice the reciprocity at the end. I asked you, how has your year been? I gave you a story, so now you feel comfortable giving me a story.
That is a key principle of persuasion and connection. Give value first, a good story, and you get value back, a good conversation.
Now, I want to talk to the listeners again. We want to help you build your own hook.
Yes, we are going to give you a structure. We call it the highlight reel. When someone asks, how was your year? Don't just say good. Choose ONE main event. Think about it right now. What was your main event of this year? Did you get a new job? Did you move house? Did you have a baby? Did you learn a new skill?
Now, I want to talk to the listeners again. We want to help you build your own hook.
Yes, we are going to give you a structure. We call it the highlight reel. When someone asks, how was your year? Don't just say good. Choose ONE main event. Think about it right now. What was your main event of this year? Did you get a new job? Did you move house? Did you have a baby? Did you learn a new skill?
Got it? Okay, now let's practice the sentence. I want you to say this out loud, wherever you are, even if you are on the bus. Whisper it if you have to. I'll give you a few seconds to practice the next sentence. Repeat after me. My highlight of the year was when I... Let's try it with the past simple verb. Listen and repeat. My highlight was when I visited Paris. My highlight was when I got a new job.
Listeners, we want to hear your hooks. Let's practice hooks in writing. Pause the episode right now. Scroll down to the comments section. Type your sentence, "My highlight of the year was." Do it now. We will reply to the best ones. We want to see what you guys achieved.
Okay, welcome back. I hope you wrote that comment. Now, let's focus on making your speech stronger. To sound more advanced B2 or C1 level, you need to use time expressions correctly with these tenses.
This is where many people make mistakes. Ryan, can I say, "I have gone to Japan last year"?
No, absolutely not. That hurts my ears. Last year is finished time. You cannot use present perfect, the bridge, with finished time. You must say, "I went to Japan last year."
Okay. What about, "I have visited Japan twice"?
Correct, because we don't know when. It's about your life experience up until now. The bridge is still open. You could visit Japan again tomorrow.
So here's a handy tip for our listeners. It's called the experience versus detail technique. Start with the present perfect to introduce your experience, then switch to past simple when you give the details. For example, you could say, "I have visited Japan a few times." That's your experience, using present perfect. And when someone asks, "When?" you're ready to add the details with past simple. "I went there in 2019 and again last summer."
That is smooth. That is how native speakers talk naturally. It's much less stressful than trying to pick just one tense. Use both. Open the door with present perfect. Walk through it with past simple.
Now, let's practice with shadowing. I'll give you a few sentences. Listen, then repeat them out loud. I'll give you a few seconds to repeat each one. But if you need more time, feel free to pause and go at your own pace. Make sure to say it out loud, in front of a mirror, with a friend, or even record yourself. This helps you see your progress and improves your confidence and fluency faster. Here are some examples. Listen and repeat. Experience: I have tried Italian cooking several times. Detail: I made pasta last weekend and pizza last month. Experience: I have watched a lot of movies from the 90s. Detail: I saw Titanic last week and Jurassic Park yesterday. Experience: I have gone hiking in many countries. Detail: I hiked in Spain last summer and in Canada 2 years ago. Great job, everyone. Repeat each sentence out loud, switching from present perfect to past simple naturally. This simple exercise will help you sound more fluent and confident in English.
Congrats. Take a moment to notice how that felt. Maybe a little tricky at first, but also exciting to see yourself switching between tenses so naturally. That's exactly how progress happens. Step by step, sentence by sentence. You should be really proud of the effort you just put in. Every time you practice like this, you're building confidence, fluency, and a stronger connection to English. Keep it up. The more you repeat, the easier you'll feel, and the more comfortable you'll be in real conversations. You're really moving forward, and that's something to celebrate. You know, Thomas, I can hear some listeners thinking something right now, but Ryan, Thomas, my year was boring. I didn't go to Japan. I didn't quit my job. I just worked and slept. I have no story.
They think they have nothing interesting to say, and this is very common among my students. But we're going to show you that anyone can have an interesting conversation. A story doesn't have to be about travel or money. It can be about feelings or small victories.
Exactly. Sometimes the small things connect better because they are relatable. For example, maybe you just read a lot of books. You could say, honestly, this year was very quiet. I have become a bit of a bookworm. I read 20 books this year. That's a great answer. It uses a grammar. I have become change connecting to now. I read past fact.
Or maybe you just survived a tough year at work. It was a tough year. I worked very hard, but I have learned how to manage my stress better. See? That is actually a very powerful, mature answer. It shows vulnerability, and vulnerability creates connection. So don't worry if you didn't climb Mount Fuji. Your life is interesting if you share how you feel about it. Before we wrap up, we need to talk about delivery. You can have perfect grammar, but if you sound like a robot, it doesn't work. We call this flying under the radar. You want the grammar to be invisible so the story shines. One key area is the pronunciation of regular verbs in the past simple. The ed endings.
Oh yes. Listeners, please do not say work ed 2 syllables or play ed. Unless the verb ends in AT or D sound, like wanted or decided, you shouldn't add an extra syllable. Work sounds like worked. One sound. Worked. Played sounds like played. One sound. Played. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I worked hard. Worked. I stopped smoking. Stopped. I changed my job. Changed.
Perfect. And for the present perfect, the contraction is your best friend. Don't say I have been. Say I've been. Don't say I have seen, say I've seen. Using contractions makes you sound friendly and fluent. It reduces the distance between you and the listener. It builds likability. We have covered a lot today. Let's do a quick recap. If you say when it happened, finish time, use past simple. For example, I went last week. If it started in the past and continues, or has an impact now, use present perfect. For example, I have started learning. Don't be boring. Use emotion. Share a feeling, not just a fact.
And remember the strategy we talked about earlier, win-win. When you tell a good story, you win because you get to practice English. The listener wins because they get entertainment and connection.
So, here is your mission for this week. We challenge you to find one person, a friend, a coworker, or a speaking partner, and ask them, how was your year? Listen to their answer. And then, give them your answer using the structure we practiced.
And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us reach more people like you.
And check the comments. Reply to other listeners who posted their highlight of the year. Let's build a community here. Thanks for listening, everyone. See you next time.